Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. That was a really good swing. Let's do it again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy Sunday. I'm hoping to return to my art projects on Wednesday, July 19th. I took some time away from my art because of some health problems. As you guys may recall, a couple months ago, I was suffering from COVID 19, and then I developed a significant mouth sore. In the interim, I also suffered a loss of appetite, possibly long COVID related, but I think some of it was also stress related from all the art projects. And to understand how we got here, you got to remember how the year began in 2023. I was working at a tutoring center. I was having relation problems with the management. And I decided that if I had a second major source of income, at the time, Bismuth art was only a small fraction of my overall income. I decided that if I had another source of income, I could then speak up for myself at the tutoring center and hopefully turn that around and then have two good sources of income. That was my strategy going into 2023. Oh, yeah, the other strategy going into 2023 was that once I had the art project and it kicked off a life of its own, maybe I could network with the right people. Maybe, see, I'm not a very romantic person, but I would certainly love to settle down in life a little bit, meet the right person there, a non romantic life partner. Could be either gender, by the way. And unfortunately, I neglected to think about how much mental and physical energy that would consume. And getting COVID 19 was kind of a wake up call because I was living with a roommate at the time, and my room and the kitchen area fell into disarray. And it made me realize I almost got kicked out of that place. And it made me realize how fragile your lifestyle is when you're single. Anything happens to you, you get a health crisis, you get a crisis with your car breaking down, you lose your job or something. It's a much bigger deal than if one out of the two people in a relationship suffer something like that. And that's when I really decided to wake up and go network with people. And so that's why I've been going to every board game meetup that I can, hanging out more often in the lounges at the workplace to network with the right people. And I decided that I, I think I'm ready to network with somebody, not romantically, but as a life partner. Had I had somebody, had I had somebody to tend to me during the time I had COVID, although COVID's a tricky one because if you live together, chances are the partner is also going to get COVID. But other things like the mouth sore, right? If I had somebody to tend to me during the time of my mouth sore, other things could flow a whole lot easier, and I could tend to her when she's dealing with something else, right? Or if one of us loses our jobs, or long COVID issues. It was a big wake up call when I almost got evicted during the time I had COVID because I couldn't take care of the apartment. And unfortunately, the bismuth art kind of backfired in that even though I got a second income, it caused all this grief. The other thing I want to think about going into the second half of this year is how do I push the bismuth so that it only sits in the background of my life and doesn't take off a life of its own, right? And just do the bismuth, accumulate more friends from making bismuth art, but not have it just gobble so many things, right? And cause me to wreck my immune system, get COVID, lose my appetite, develop mouth sores, and all the rest, right? Which make doing my day job infinitely more challenging, right? And cause me to almost get evicted from apartments, run into trouble with my roommates, make it difficult for me to network with the right person so I can settle down, and all the other good stuff, right? So this Wednesday when I go back to bismuth, or maybe it won't be bismuth because the price of bismuth might be going up, right? When I go back to metal art, it could be zinc, it could be silver, it could be gold, right? If bismuth does what I think it's going to do on July 18th. right? How do I relegate it to a background activity in my life as opposed to taking up all of my resources? And also, I'll definitely think about Mary Curry, a distant cousin of Mary Curry. Now, speaking of Mary Curry, I was watching a video because I'm just about to return to Bismuth. I was watching a video, and it gave me an idea. See, when you anodize bismuth, um, what you do is first you have to, when you pour it and it comes out with all sorts of awkward colors, you got to deanodize it, right? Connect it to the negative end and deoxidize the whole thing. Now, when you do that, a lot of bubbles of hydrogen form on the bismuth. And it got me thinking, hydrogen in a solution is basically protons. It got me thinking, if I connected an even higher voltage to the bismuth, like 1,000,000 volts or something, and you got protons flying to the bismuth, it got me thinking if you could get the nucleus of the bismuth to absorb that proton. And so you guys know what that would make. I don't know. I'll have to try it at some point. It got me thinking. I think you would end up causing the entire solution to break down, and that's the problem. But all right. So we got 3 more days until my grand reopening. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Oh, that was off. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please support the video by disliking. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.